Hey, so today we're looking at subdivisions. So subdivisions are basically just different rhythms that we can use, especially when we're soloing or writing riffs or anything like that. It's important to know all your scales and your note options, but those scales and note options are only as useful as the rhythmic ideas that you have to apply to them. So we're going to look today at three of the basic, most used subdivisions that you hear and see all the time. We're going to look at eighth notes, we're going to look at 16th notes, and we're going to look at triplets, or more specifically, eighth note triplets. And we're going to apply them to the A minor pentatonic scale, just to keep it nice and clear. However, keep in mind that these subdivisions, these rhythms, you want to apply them to all of the scales that you know and all of the scales that you eventually learn as well. So starting with A minor pentatonic, going for eighth notes. Eighth notes would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So essentially we're getting two pick attacks or two notes per click or per beat, as opposed to quarter notes, which means we're playing just on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'm going to turn on the click at 60 beats per minute, and we'll run up and down the scale a couple times with eighth notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those were eighth notes. Now we're going to look at 16th notes, which basically means that we're now getting 4 attacks in per click or per beat. So we have 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So let's pop on the click at 60 and give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those were 16th notes. Now we're looking at triplets or eighth note triplets, which basically means that for every click we're going to, or beat, we're going to cram in 3 attacks now. So that would be 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. You could think of it as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But the other way gives you the beat numbers, which kind of helps you keep track of where you are. So that's the way I would prefer to think about it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was our triplets. So the idea here is to get as comfortable with those 3 different types of subdivisions, as comfortable with them as you can. And once they're comfortable and you can loop them up and down with whatever scale it is you're working on, the idea now is to link them together and be able to weave in and out of the different types of subdivisions. So for example, that would mean 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. So that's just doing them in order. Eventually the idea would be to change on any given beat. Maybe on beat 2 you're doing 16th notes, and by beat 3 you're doing triplets. But start by trying to do 1 measure of each, or 4 beats of each. So that's what we'll do now. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So that would be an example of switching in and out of all the different types of 3 types of subdivisions. So once that all feels comfortable, get out of the pentatonic, or maybe move to some of the other pentatonic shapes. Use your major scale, your minor scale, modes, any scale that you know, and try to apply all of these subdivisions to it and be able to switch between them all.